Good afternoon, folks. This is Fred Campos, owner of DFW Website Designers. It is the first Monday of Q2, April the 5th, 2021, and this is your 3 business tips at 3 o'clock in and around 3 minutes. Today, we're going to talk about your product and services, specifically about marketing it and launching it or getting it out there. This is directed at the solopreneur, but you small businessman, you know that we are always releasing, improving our products and services, so maybe these tips will be very valuable to you. What we're going to talk about is keeping the end in mind, imperfection, and launching anyway. Everything you do, business tip number 1, you need to keep the client's perspective in mind. Keep the end in mind. You start backwards. You start what it is that the client needs or wants through your product and service, and you work backwards to determine what that solution is going to be. Too many times we start with our perspective and then want to give it to the client through the product or service. But if you stay client focused and stay focused on what their needs are first with the end in mind, you can work it backwards. Also, the end in mind could be dealing with your marketing. What is it you want them to do? Do you want them to click? Do you want them to call? What is it that you want them to do? And then work your marketing backwards with that goal in mind. Business tip number 2, imperfection. I see this all the time. If you naturally business owners are perfectionists, this is something you're going to have to overcome, especially if you're starting out. You don't know everything and you're not perfect at everything. But there comes a point, especially if you're doing a launch, you're releasing a new book, you're releasing a new product, it's version 1.0. Sometimes you just have to get over that imperfection and get started on it. Go ahead and offer that service. Go ahead and figure out what the price is you're going to charge for your coaching. You can adjust it later. Go ahead and launch that website. You might add additional pages or a blog or something later. Go ahead and write that first draft and submit it to your publisher. You're going to have revisions later. You need to not focus too much on imperfection. Now, I'm not saying that you don't spend time on rewriting and proofreading your content or getting the video out there. But what I'm saying is you don't obsess of it to the point that you never do it. I see so many clients as a web designer that have a new product or service that are still on the runway and there's so much tweaking going on that they never move forward. Which brings me perfect segue into business tip number 3. Launch anyway. Set a line in the sand that you're going to cross. Set something on your calendar, whether you're ready or not, whether you're thinking of starting a podcast or a YouTube channel or doing things on social media or writing that first draft or doing a MailChimp. Launch it. Go for it. Get it out there. Yes, it's not going to be perfect, but you're doing this with the end in mind. You got to have some deadlines. And sometimes that muscle grows stronger by actually doing it. So this is obviously the things that I'm working on. I'm always sharing it with you. I want you to do everything with the end in mind. Don't worry about being perfect on all of it and launch anyway. As always, I want you to be awesome. Now go back to sleep.